What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so the NBA season starts now in just 9 days. And if you're a Laker fan, of course, you're going to be without LeBron James for approximately 3 to 4 weeks, and possibly longer than that. And, you get the impression, obviously, that he may not even be seriously injured. He may be making this whole thing up. There's always been suspicion, if not outright proof, in the past that he and his camp have exaggerated injuries in the past. And many people feel like he's doing this for revenge. He's not really concerned with helping his team. He really wants out. And all because of the fact that he can't accept that he's 40 years old. And anybody with common sense knows that Luka's in his prime, and that the face of the organization, the future, should belong to Luka. But, this dude, man. So we all know also that recently there have been reports that, at least from Dave McMenamin, that LeBron is going to monitor how the team does without him. And if they struggle in his absence, then he may request a trade. Okay. Which at this point, man, if you're the Los Angeles Lakers, you really need to get rid of this guy. But of course, he has a no trade clause, but you really need to get rid of this guy because all his actions seem to be indicating he does not want to be part of the team. And it's possible that many of his teammates at this time, if you want to call them that, are seeing that. One of them, possibly, is Luka Doncic. And I say possible because I can't read his mind, but, these guys got to be getting sick of this shit. This prima donna act has to be gnawing on them, okay? So Luka recently made some comments to the media about LeBron not being there, and it pretty much goes to show you his mentality right now about this whole thing.
It's a big change. He's a great player. He can help us a lot. But at the end of the day, our mentality needs to be next man up. We got a group of guys they're practicing, and hopefully LeBron can join us as soon as possible. Obviously need him, but our mentality got to be next man up. That's it.
Without him playing, how much does that put more of a load on you? Do you view it that way?
No, I don't think that.
So you have to do a little bit more. I mean, you do a lot as it is. But
I just want to play basketball. I'll do less, a little more. Whatever it takes to get a win.
Luka, and Poland, you and I talked. You had said how excited you were to get the time together with the team, with the group, to figure out things that you weren't able to figure out on the court. Obviously, that hasn't happened with LeBron live action. Have you guys been able to still problem solve, talk about things, and has it been? Have you gotten value out of the time together with him, even though you haven't been on the court?
Yeah, of course. But it's not everything about on the court. It's about chemistry off the court too. So obviously now it's a little more off the court. But while we watch practices this week, we're talking a lot about it.
All right, the audio wasn't the wildest, and I know the basketballs bouncing in the background kind of took away from the audio, but you probably heard what he said, especially the part that I wanted you to focus on earlier. He said next man up is their mentality right now, and that is more beholden of what the Lakers have always been about. Yes, there have been great individual players that have played for this franchise in its history. But, people playing for their own selfish reasons or impulses, that's not Lakers basketball. people are always expected to do what's best for the team. Those are some of the old school, what I'm saying, traditions that you have with this Lakers team. Look, Kareem for 40 years was the all-time leading scorer, right? But he sacrificed his numbers and his comfort playing with Magic Johnson, right? Will Chamberlain was a guy who, in his prime, was putting up 40, 45, 50 points a night. With the Los Angeles Lakers, he was basically doing a Bill Russell impression, right? There are many players who were the men, you know what I'm saying? They were the main guys on lesser teams. But when they joined the Lakers organization, like Glenn Rice in 2000, even though he wasn't a great fit for the team, he was the third option. And that ultimately led to them winning an NBA championship. So what I'm getting at is, man, for a guy who's 40, going on 41, who is talking about preserving yourself or himself so that his stats can be better, I guess as far as in his mind, if I have better stats and that raises my portfolio for other teams to have who may want my services in the event that things don't work out between me and the Lakers. That type of player, you don't want him. You don't want him. You don't want him. I mean, the numbers have been showing for a while that he's been holding the Lakers back. That one year when he averaged 30 points a game for Los Angeles Lakers a few years ago, I remember showing you guys that stat that over 91% of those points were scored that season in quote unquote garbage time, or when the Lakers were down by double digits, at least double digit points. A lot of those points was coming in garbage time, or coming when it wasn't really needed, aka stat padding. You know what I'm saying? We've been saying that for years about this guy. And it's time for the Lakers organization to move on from him. And next man up should be their mentality. It should be their mentality. And hopefully, at this point, with some of the stuff that's coming out, hopefully LeBron James can be removed from the team before the end of the season. Because I'm telling you, man, if I'm a Laker, I don't want to play with this guy no more. Because I think he's faking. But, that's just me, man. But, tell me what you guys think.